No one ever talks about this, yeah? But have you ever wondered why is it that big brands still advertise? And you're thinking, oh yeah, they don't need to advertise. This brand is already big. This brand is already recognizable. Why should they keep advertising? But the thing, guys, yeah, that a lot of people don't realize is that the game that big brands are playing is a completely different game to the small brand to the game that small brands are playing. So small brands or small medium sized brands are playing the game of I show you an ad, you need to buy it in this certain amount of time. The big brand game is I show you an ad, but you can buy whenever. But the most important thing is you got to remember my brand. Big brands are playing for memory. They still advertise because they want to make sure they stay in your memory. They're playing a memory game. And the crazy thing about it is that a lot of us, in terms of our mind, the way our brains work, we go down the path of least resistance. For example, if I say to you, hey, let's get some fast food, you're going to think of a few brands right now. A few brands right now. If I was to say, let's get some fast food, you're going to really think really hard to think of that small, medium-sized business. You really will. You're more likely to think of the bigger brands first. They will first come to your memory. That's why the bigger brands are playing to stay in your memory. They are paying millions, ungodly amounts of money to stay in your mind. Because once they get into your mind, it becomes a habit. Let me show you something. Advertisers and those who measure the impact of advertising are obsessed with memory. Not your money, not what's in your bank account. They don't care about nothing else. Your opinions, they want your memory. If advertising is to be successful, it must stick in the consumer's memory. Most consumer decisions are memory based. And the thing about memory, just by its nature, is that it always declines. It always declines. So if someone doesn't see the brand as often, then they're are gonna forget. But the next brand that's advertising aggressively will replace that memory. Yeah. And brands are very much aware of people's declining memory. That's why they advertise aggressively and will spend whatever. I'm telling you, guys, I've seen the budgets. Guys, they will spend whatever to stay in the minds of customers. So if you're a small, medium-sized business, you're probably thinking, yo, how do I even compete with those big brands? But those big brands are competing for people's memories. But for you as a business, you can easily make a positive impact on how the customer feels. Because people never forget how someone or brand or anything makes them feel. And big brands find that a little bit hard to do. Whereas you as a small, medium-sized business could easily do that by simply going that extra mile, giving them really unforgettable, great customer service. Because what's going to happen is that they're going to go to their friends and family and say, yo, I had this amazing experience with this brand. Guys, you should check them out, etc., etc. That's the advantage that you actually have to be able to leave a positive impact on how the customer feels in a very, very real way. And it's a lot more long lasting, given that you keep showing up in the best way you can as a business.